Target is 4, Bravo, 65, 20 low. Everyone.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition here. Good evening. This is Grizzly and
Mary. How are ya?
So welcome, everybody. Hello, Little Twisted. Hello, Roger. Good evening. Boy, it is cold. It says it's 36. Bull honky. It is colder than that. Yeah, it is actually sleeting and snowing up here outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. So hopefully everybody's staying warm. What about you, Mary?
I'm freezing. Trying to stay warm.
Hey, Lady Wolf, how you doing? Jackie, nice to see you. Curtis. So Curtis is going to be on the show tonight. He had a little incident at Soft Fork, so stay tuned in for that at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So yes, make sure to tune in for that, everybody. So tonight, she said 60s. So tonight we're going to talk about crystals, and anything that you see is for sale before we go to our shows and travel across the country. And we got all kinds of smelly good sages. That smells so good. I want to light it up and sage the house. Hey, I play with sage, I ain't gonna lie. I do. So you would not believe the stuff that we've got. I mean, we've got special soaps. Goat milk soaps and stuff. All natural.
They smell wonderful too.
Yeah.
So great for your skin.
I'm still underneath the weather, and I was down a little bit today. But anyways, but people are always asking about crystals and what are they? What do you use them for? And how do you use them? So we're going to go over some different types of crystals and cover that. And here's a couple right here that we have. And I'm going to let Mary start talking about a few of them as we go. And if y'all have any questions, put them out in the chat, and I will try to... I hear a kitty.
It's my kids, not.
No, it ain't no damn cat.
They're making noises.
If that was a cat, I would have a damn squirt bottle. But anyways, I had to mute myself while I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Shut up, right live. But anyways, yes, a little twisted. Anyways, go ahead, Mary, take it away.
So anyways, we got in some really, really nice all-natural citrine towers. These are really, really beautiful. When you see them in the sunlight, I mean, they just radiate. They have the beautiful phantoms in them. So if you don't know anything about citrine, citrine is a wonderful crystal. It is one for happiness. This one helps your solar plexus, which is your social connections. It's also considered a stone of wealth and abundance. Oh, did it go? What happened? Oh,
keep talking. I got it.
Sorry. The screen disappeared, guys. Hang on just a second. Can you get it? Why is it doing that?
Keep talking.
Well, anyways, And so with the citrine, this is a really good one for when you're in meditative prayer or any type of crystal healings or anything like that. They are beautiful. It has a very pleasant ability to pull out and create and manifest with you. It's very much for abundance, attraction, self-confidence. It helps you with interactions with other people and socializations. It's a very happy stone, and it's a very strong stone. If you've ever heard of anything, yes, absolutely, Jackie. People keep citrine in their money boxes. It is a very beautiful stone. It is very cherished by many different types of cultures and civilizations for the absolute beauty. And when you see it, it just radiates. And seeing it on camera, you can't even see the true beauty of the stone. But when you look at it and hold it up into like the sunlight, you can just see all of the beauty that God created in this stone. And
how come they're not crystal clear?
That's because when it grows, depending on how it grows, it can cause different types of cracks. They can also change colors depending on the environment. It can also have sometimes other minerals that are in it. So like on this one, it's got a little bit in the bottom of it where it's more white. So it looks like this one, when it might have been touched with a little bit of a quartz and then citrine. So when they do, a lot of times on quartz, the bottom part is more of a white, our citrine or amethyst, they'll have more of the white at the bottom and then the coloration as it grows up. So depending on the stone where you're looking at and if they cut it or not, you'll see sometimes some of the different colorations. Sometimes they can get.
Now, do you want these clear or do you want those inclusions in there?
Well, it always depends, but the inclusions cause different effects. So sometimes if someone's just wanting one that's really, really clear, that's just typically straight for a healing, just to amplify energies or pull them out. Now, the phantoms, they have things that are called mirrors, phantoms. They have what's called windows, window keepers, record keepers. It's different types of formations and how it forms. And when they do, they have certain abilities on the crystals. So like if there's one, it looks like an indented window. Those can be like accesses to a portal to see to the past so you can find and heal. There's all these different types when you look at them and the way that they hit or the glistening. Some people like the phantoms and the prisms and the way the prisms in it in the way that it ends up shattering the light and how you see it and the coloration and everything. They're all beautiful. Sometimes they will have the little phantoms in them. They look like there's like a little beautiful mountain scene in them. They're just gorgeous.
So the preference is with the inclusions or without the inclusions?
A lot of people like the inclusions. Now, there are some people that do not, especially like if they're wanting it for jewelry. A lot of times they'll want the more clear area that is very pure and doesn't have the inclusions. But when people are healers, depending on what they're looking for, they will specifically look for certain inclusions. Like I said, the record keepers, the windows, all of those things.
Awesome. What do we have next then?
Okay, let me see here.
See, I told you look at that. We got bags and bags.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you need your house cleared? Call Grizzly. 1-800-GET-GRIZZLY. I'll be over. We'll save your house. I got holy water by the boxes.
So some of the next ones that we have, and these have crystals on them, but these are called a copper quartz generator. Does anybody know what these do? This one is one that's with black tourmaline generator and quartz. Does anybody know what these do? Go ahead and make a comment. I'd love to hear if you guys know what they do. Anybody? I'm not seeing any comments. So what these copper generators do, they are actually used as a stabilizer or harmonizer. Yes, they can, depending on what stone. So these, when you have them, they're very good for balancing your body. So if you hold them, and so depending on which way you want to hold them, so like if you hold them like this while you're meditating and you have one in each hand, it actually creates an energy circuit that goes through your body and your hands and your arms and everything. You can start feeling them tingling. And so depending on what you're wanting to do, or if you want to draw energy into your body from like source, you can point it in towards your energy, like towards your palm. So I have it backwards right now. And so you can also do one. These also, depending on which stones, like these, which have the black tourmaline, which are good for negative or EMF and stuff, you can set them around the house. They help block EMF. People also take these generators, and if you like to grow a garden, they will put these strategically throughout the garden, and it is actually proven it brings in more source energy. It makes the oxygen and the carbon dioxide and everything in the environment more pure, and actually causes plants to grow bigger and more better and taste better. And so you will see people, especially the ones that are very what do you want to call them? The holistic type people,
Right.
when they grow their own foods and organics and stuff, they will literally have copper generators where you'll see like copper posts with wires and crystals up at the top, and they put them on each end of each end of their garden. It helps their garden grow, and it makes the food more nutritious. And it helps your body too. You can do it with one, but when you create a circuit with two, it's excellent. And you can literally, I had him try this today, and tell him about your experience, because you had never tried these before.
Yeah, so actually I never played with them before, and Mary put them in my hand, and it was interesting because as soon as I put them in my hands start tingling. And a little Twisted says, can you explain what EMF is for people that don't know? Thank you, Little Twisted.
So EMF is magnetic frequencies. When it's in small amounts, it's normal. EMF is everywhere. But when you start getting a lot of electronics and stuff like that, you've got 6G towers that are beaming stuff across. EMF can cause people to feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, can't sleep, tired, can cause people depression. It doesn't affect everybody. Some people are extremely sensitive to it. So with the EMF, you can actually put that in certain areas or around electronics, or if you're staring at a computer all day and you always notice you feel drained after it, put something by it that helps absorb the EMF, and believe it or not, it won't bother you quite a bit. I have to do that with my computer. I had to learn, because I used to get very drained and it would hurt my eyes. I'd start getting a headache. And then when I started putting the crystals by them that absorb the EMF, I don't have that issue anymore.
That's pretty interesting.
And it's very, very useful.
And then we got a whole bunch of different bracelets, crystal bracelets. And what is this one?
That one is, hang on, sorry, I can't see. That one's the hematite halite.
All right. Explain what that is.
So hematite is a very, very strong stone. So hematite is the one that's the black one, the dark one. Hematite is wonderful for absorbing any type of negative energy, but it is a very, very fragile stone. So it is a stone that it absorbs so much that you literally need to cleanse it and sage it a lot, because if you do not, hematite is known to shatter once it gets too much and draws too much. Now, halite, when you have halite is a very high frequency. And again, it's one that helps you connect with the higher realms. It's wonderful for like lucid dreaming, any type of energy healings. Halite's wonderful. I really love halite. You can, what does it say? Hematite that will break if it absorbs too much. Yes, that's exactly what can happen. People will get like hematite rings. They'll think they're cool, and then they don't cleanse them or sage them or whatever to get rid of the negativity. And after a while, it just cracks. Hematite is very, very known for that. So if you do ever get something with hematite, please, please, please make sure that you take absolute care of it, and make sure that you're cleansing it and to get rid of any of the negativity that absorbs, because it will literally crack and bust. It's very fragile in that aspect. But as long as you take care of it, it'll last for a long time, but it can only hold so much. It's that powerful.
All right. What we have next then?
Okay.
And that bracelet's only $15. So yes.
They're very pretty.
We don't mark our stuff up because we don't have a high overhead or anything. So it's very interesting.
Okay. Let me see. We got some more bracelets. This one is an abundance bracelet. This one's very pretty, especially if you like the color green. This one is for financial abundance. This one has green jade, moss agate, and the silver beans. So this is the jade, this brighter color. This is the moss agate. So these are really, really good, again, for that connection to earth. And then that just helps bring in that universal source energy. It is very, very beautiful stone. They've used this in many Native American cultures, and that was something that was very common that they would use in their statues and stuff. They're very, very pretty. The healing properties of these are wonderful too when it comes to the connection or opening the heart chakra. They both work well, and the jade definitely is one that helps bring in financial, and it brings like a protection around you from like negative sources to help draw in the positive. It's very, very good.
And that's the same price as well. 15, only 15. And I don't have all mine on tonight, but I wear probably about 5 or 6 different ones, including the golden tiger eye. So but you know, once you get into crystals, you'll be amazed on the benefits of it. I was surprised. I really was, in the different uses of them. Do y'all wear different types of crystals?
It's malachite.
All right. What's this one?
That one's malachite. So this again is another really good heart stone, and this is one that is known all over. You'll see the green statues a lot, especially over in like China and stuff. This is a very renowned stone, and they like to use these. And again, they use that for bringing in abundance and financial. So malachite is awesome. It's again, it's a very powerful stone. It does so much. When you have malachite, if you're first starting, it's one that you kind of want to do a little bit at a time. It literally can pull stuff. What would she say? I need to start again. Yep. I can honestly tell you, I had went, and one of the ladies that trained me that I worked with, and I would work with her, and we'd go back and forth. One of the times when we were doing a spiritual healing and she was working on me as I was in my journey and my path, she had decided to bring out one of her malachite stones. This is how strong this stone is. And she had a really large slab. Oh,
keep talking.
Oh, it went the
I
camera.
did.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I am. And so anyways, with the stone, she had took it when she was doing this spiritual healing and had it, and it was over my stomach area, which you can do it especially in the stomach or the heart area. And so she was putting it in and charging it to release out anything that was blocking any financials or anything like that, and to bring that type of abundance in. By the time I left there, I was buzzing, like literally, whoo, and I had went home and I felt amazing. And it pulls. And if you know how to do it and channel that energy, it's great. And so I decided to go for a walk. And when I was walking down the sidewalk and I was going around my neighborhood, and at my old house, it was like about not even a half mile from a really beautiful river in an area. So I'd always walk down there and go down there and sit and pray and do stuff like that and meditate and all that. And as I was literally walking down the road going to the river, I was walking and like coins that were on the sidewalk would flip up and were rolling toward me. That's how powerful this stone can be if it's done right. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. I had never seen anything like that, but it truly happens. So it's one that you want to, again, that's one that you want to charge and cleanse a lot, because stuff that can block any type of financial abundance or prosperity, it can come a lot in the universe. There's a lot of, if you walk around somebody it's negative, you can pick it up. People don't realize your aura and everything picks it up. So malachite's another one that is a highly recommended stone to cleanse very, very often and use it frequently to keep you in that vibrational state. Okay. Let's see. Which one are we grabbing now? Sorry, I got to grab stuff. Hang on.
Grab the one that glows.
Oh, the Uber light. Hang on just a second. It is.
I had to grab a flashlight, ladies and gentlemen. It just got delivered.
No. Okay, so this is called Uberlite, or also known as the Flame Stone.
Check this out.
A beautiful stone and great to work with. Can you see it, guys? Do you want me to shut the light off so they can see it better?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on just a second. I'm going to shut the light off. This stone is really, it's one of my favorite stones. It's awesome. Okay, show them normal so they can see the color. All right, ready?
Normal. See how it glows? Flip the light switch off over there. Please, honey baby. It actually looks better with the light on. I don't know if y'all can see it, but and actually try to hold it up in the.
Can they see it?
Yeah. But it actually, if you look behind me, if you could hold it.
Bring it back this way so they can see it. Can you guys see it? Ask them.
There you go. Perfect. There you go. Perfect. See how it glows with the black light? Okay.
I'm going to turn the light back on.
But I wanted y'all to see what it looked like with the light on it, with the black light. That's why I went and turned the camera off to go get the box. Because when you hold it in your hand, I wish you can see it in the hand. There you go, a little bit better.
It's kind of hard to see it when
right with the camera, but it's really bright. It looks like there's a light inside the rock.
It does. It glows when it's under those types of lights. And Uberlite is a really good one for pulling out past traumas. It's really good. It has a very calming sensation to it. It can actually be used with any chakra. So some people will say it's really good for like the root or the sacral chakra. And I do agree with that, but it can be used on any of them. The healing properties of it are amazing because it does help pull out, especially like if you're a highly anxious person, it's one that can help with the anxiety, calming your nervous system so you can actually relax and enjoy. And it is very wonderful. It can help you also if you use it a lot. It can also help with like dreaming or lucid dreaming and stuff of that nature. It's a really cool stone to work with.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. Sorry, guys, moving the camera back and forth. Try and get you all a good picture of what it looks like. It looks better in your hand. Yeah, it really does work, Mary Decker. Nice to see you, Mary. Long time no see. How's Neil doing? Mary, we got some recordings at Salt Fort. Stay tuned at 9. So
yes, they're wonderful. This one is bloodstone jasper, and we got some really beautiful towers that came in. Let me see if I can find another one. Here's another one, so you can see the variations of this stone. Jasper is wonderful. Love these. Can you see that one? And it has beautiful greens and reds. So again, this one is really good for the root chakra. It can be good for the heart chakra. Oh, hi, Twisted. And so bloodstone jasper is really good on like protection. A lot of people use it again for just generalized healing, any stuff of that nature. It's really good with like heart connections and releasing. Again, that one is a good one that helps like release like there's some physical pains and ailments that it can go, some certain type sickness, heartbreak, like if you're got a broken heart, that's a really good one that can actually help you reconnect back to yourself and give you the self-love to move on. It's a great stone, highly prized again in a lot of places. A lot of people use it in different types of jewelries. They use it as healing stones, these types of towers. When you have the towers, the nice thing is with the towers, as opposed to just the pocket stones, you can use them as decoration. You can hold them for while you're praying and meditating. And when you have the towers, I always tell you and have the suggestion that you have one for each hand. And they can be different types of stones. But when you do that, you start creating a circuit throughout your body and more stuff. Like as I'm doing this right now, my hands are vibrating right now from these stones. Can you feel them when you do it?
A little, yes.
So every stone has a different vibration level. That's why they all have different healing properties. And so people will use that, or they will use other type of stones to help it. So like the clear quartz is the master amplifier. Like if you add quartz to another stone, it amplifies the healing properties on that other stone. You can charge intentions with quartz if you'd like, to pretty much anything you want. So a lot of times, like I would tell people when you're trying to do that type of prayer or anything with quartz, add it to the other type and ask it to multiply and amplify the healing properties of the first stone. And then you'll really start. So when people are going down this down the spiritual path, sometimes they'll pick it up and they'll be like, oh, it's just a rock or it's just a stone. I don't feel anything. You've got some blockages you got to work on, because the more that you work on it, the more sensitive you become to the stone. The more and more you do it, the more and more you feel it. And so like when I first started, I could pick up a stone and I didn't feel anything much. But I kept faith and I believe, and I'm a firm believer in the Lord and Jesus. And if you want to go back again and start referencing in the Bible, if you look back, they had the 12 stones that they wore on the breastplate for the Levite priests and everything. When they had those breastplates, there was a reason why God picked those stones and told the priests to put that over their chest. It kept their heart pure for the intention to go out, and kept that pure for their prayers, for them to connect spiritually. So when you start using these stones, you become more and more, you clear stuff out and your body starts feeling that. And it will get more and more where you feel it more and more intense. It's very strange. And some people will pick them up and feel them instantly. Some people, it takes a while. And if you're one of those that's taking a little bit longer before you feel it, that's okay. Just keep doing it and keep trying, and it'll eventually keep clearing out to the point where you feel it. So like even when myself and Grizzly started dating together, I have crystals everywhere. He picked them up and he didn't really feel a whole lot. But now that I've been working, he's been around me. We're doing the spiritual healings. I've done some on him. He's picking them up and starting to feel their energy and the vibration. And it's getting stronger and stronger because he's clearing that out. So that's how it happens. And it's pretty cool.
Little Twisted wants to know, how do you store the stones and crystals?
Well, it all depends on the stone. So there are some that are extremely, extremely sensitive, and you have to be very careful. Any of the ones that like kyanite, like if it has like the ITE, those ones typically do not go near water. If you get those in water or something, it can ruin them. They're very fragile. If you look at a stone, let me grab one of my stones real quick to kind of give them an idea. Let me grab one. Oh, ouch. Okay, let's show them here. So these are some of mine that I use now. This is selenite. This is kyanite. Notice they both end in ITE. Those are very, very soft stones. Like if I do this, I can scratch it. See, just when sitting it down, it gets these little dings and stuff. And those are ones that literally you cannot get near water or anything wet. They will literally melt and dissolve. Do not want those near that. Fluorite is another one. Although fluorite can get wet, fluorite is extremely, extremely UV sensitive. If you put it out in the sun, you don't want to do it for more than like maybe 5 minutes, or do it in like a windowsill for a few and then take it back. Like that's one that you'd want to charge with like the moonlight or anything like that, because fluorite is so sensitive to UV, it will literally turn gray and shatter. You cannot keep it outside. You don't want to keep it in a windowsill. Now, there are some stones that are fine to keep in a windowsill, but you need to err on the side of caution. Like if you do like citrine, amethyst, they can fade. So, when they say give it some sunlight, you got to really, sometimes it's best to do it first thing in the morning for like an hour when the UV is not real hot, not real intense, or like late in the evening. That way you don't run it. Like your amethyst, stuff of that nature, they're fine if they get wet or it got a little rain or dew on it. But there are literally the really soft, like if it's a really soft stone, don't put it outside. Don't put it where it could get dew from the water, because it can literally melt, because they're just not made for that.
Awesome. Y'all have any questions, ladies and gentlemen? What do you have next?
Let's see. This is one of my favorite stones. This is some very beautiful natural turquoise. We got some of these in. They are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. You want to hold that one? I'll show them some of these. Aren't they pretty? I love these stones. They're very pretty. And so turquoise is very, very highly prized and sought after. This was a very, very sacred stone to the Native Americans. And it is a very sacred, it's a very powerful stone. If you notice, or if you've seen me before, I don't have it on. I actually have a talisman necklace that is made of turquoise that was made from the Native Americans. Turquoise is beautiful for healing, especially like speaking your truth and clearing out your throat chakra, and your throat and heart area. It can help with that tremendously. And it will pull, and it will do that, and it will help you to achieve your authentic self and be able to speak your truth for yourself and not hold back, because a lot of people are very scared to speak the truth, and it helps that to come out so you can bring that out. The bloodstones are beautiful. The Reverend Wild Bill. Yes, Michelle, turquoise is just, I don't know. Turquoise is one of my favorite stones. I've always loved it. Of course, I'm big on the crystals and stones, but here's another one. They're so pretty. And they just look like little beautiful robin's eggs. They're so gorgeous. They got the beautiful veining, is what they call veining in the turquoise. They're very, very pretty. So these ones are like the light robin egg, and they've got like gold and the brown specks. They're very, very pretty. I think they're gorgeous. And they're a decent size. If you can see my hand, you can see about how big they are. So they're very good palm stone or a pocket stone. So really, really wonderful. Let's see.
Little Twisted says, I got sodalite, and tiger's eye. How do I take care of them?
Well, sodalite and tiger's eye are very hard stones. They're pretty easy to take care of. They're not one that you have to worry too much about, like UV or them fading. They'd have to sit out for a really long time. Their tiger's eye and sodalite are both okay in water. You can put them out in the moonlight. The thing when it comes to taking care of crystals, there will be people be like, can I scrub it with soap? Can I scrub it with Windex? Can I scrub it with no, and no. If it's not natural, don't let it touch your stone because it can ruin it. So think like, even if you're talking about like water from a tap water or something, if your tap water is extremely chlorinated or extremely hard, I wouldn't use that. I would use like filtered or spring water or river water if you have that, rainwater. Those are the type that if you're wanting to do that, that you would want to soak. Some sodalite and tiger's eye, those two though, some people will tell you to soak your crystals in salt water. I'm going to tell you on those two stones, if anybody's told you that, don't do that because it can cause them to fade on those. Unless you do it like extremely quick and then get it rinsed off very quickly, because the salt can cause color discoloration on some stones. So, and some people will just sit it in dry salt. Again, the dry salt, it's not that it's not bad. I wouldn't stick it directly in the salt. If you're trying to get the purification, you could like make a little circle mound where it's like clear in the middle and put the salt around it and then stick the stone in between it so it's not directly touching the salt. And then you'll still get the purification without it potentially harming your stone.
Well, Twisted's asking, should I do something the first time?
Yes, absolutely. So the first time that you get a stone, if your stones haven't already been cleansed and charged. Now, there are some people that do that. There are some people that do not. A lot of people don't take the time to do it. They just go ahead and they're going to let you take that responsibility. And that's another thing when you get a stone. And if you're not feeling anything on it, it's probably not cleansed and charged. So a lot of people don't realize that. They might get it and they'll be like, well, I don't see it do anything. It's because the stone is not cleansed and charged. So if you're going to get a brand new stone, I would always highly suggest sage or Palo Santo. That's the first thing, and get that. And that will help break off any negative or anything that has been harbored or held into the stone if it's absorbed anything. And then I always like to do kind of a three-pronged approach depending on the stone. So one of the best ways to recharge the stone is to go sit it out or bury it in dirt or sit it out on top of the dirt and let it sit out. Some people will do it for a month, bury it and bring it out. Some people do it for a couple nights, but if you can at least let it get a little bit of sunlight and connect with the dirt and the earth and get like at least a full day and get some moonlight, it will actually charge those crystals up. And again, if you want to really, really cleanse it, like you could do the salt around it. Again, just don't let it touch the stone directly. And those help charge. Another stone, you can also use other stones to help charge up stones. This is one of them, the selenite. It is such a high vibrational stone. This selenite, and I'm going to do it next time on when we do the ore photography, when we get somebody. When I get somebody that has a blockage, I'm going to do nothing but set selenite over the blockage and then do one after it just to show him how powerful this selenite is. And so selenite is a type of stone that you never have to charge. If you want to cleanse it with sage, it's fine, but you don't have to charge it. It literally is that high vibrational. If you sit it in a windowsill or something, it's fine. It pretty much stays charged forever. It doesn't, you don't have to do a whole lot with selenite. It's very carefree, except for keeping it, making sure it doesn't get wet. But people will get like selenite charging bowls. They'll set crystals on them, and that selenite actually will charge the other crystal on top of it. It's that strong.
That's pretty neat. Any other ones you want to show?
What? Okay, so they have holly blue. Ooh, pretty. My favorite's bluebird. Yeah, bluebird turquoise is gorgeous. Absolutely. And then a lot of my jewelry was done by Native American artists. Yeah, I love Native American. They have a group that travels and comes through here, and I always go and see all of them. They have actual Native Americans that travel out from Arizona, and they come through here and they make handmade jewelry, and I will go and get handmade jewelry from them. So I have a lot of handmade, actual authentic from shamans and stuff. They make very good stuff. And
Nice to see you, Mike.
I'm holding the tiger's eye in my left eye, which is affected by the stroke, and it's tingling. Tiger's eye is very strong. The good thing is with tiger's eye, that is such a good protective stone, and it's very good at balancing. So that's a good thing. So when you're feeling that tingling, that's the sign of the stone working. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is they go, how do I know? Where do I put the stone? What should I do with it? Well, guess what? You got to first connect with the stone. And that's where a lot of people also don't realize that they're doing wrong. So when you first get a stone, it's like a child. It's like a pet. What do you do with it? What do you do when you get a pet? Do you just throw it in the corner and don't ever talk to the pet? Or do you touch the pet? Do you hold the pet? Do you talk to the pet? I know this sounds weird, but when you first get a crystal, the more that you touch and interact with it and talk to it and say, hey, I just want to connect. I want to feel where does this need to be? And believe it or not, you can take the stone and lay down on your bed and put it on your forehead. May not feel anything. Put it on your neck area. May not feel anything. Put it in your left hand. Oh, buzz, buzz, buzz. Put it in your right hand. Nothing. You could put it on your calf. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Those are the areas, and that's how you figure out where it's doing its job. You can put it on your stomach. You can lay it up underneath your back. And then that's how you'll start feeling. And the stones will literally tell you where they need to go, but you have to try to connect with them. And you gotta sit for a few minutes. You can't just be like, nope, nope, nope. It doesn't work like that. If you're going to sit and relax, you're going to let it sit and try, let it sit on your forehead for 5 minutes. See any type of sensation. If you feel something, it's working in that area. If you try to put it here and nothing, okay, it's not needed there. The stone will literally tell you where it needs to go, but you have to listen and you have to want to communicate with it. And again, it's the intention, the touching, the bonding with the stone. And the more that you do it, the more that you'll feel it and the more it can work. And you also have to take very good care of them. This is a great stone. What I'm actually holding in my hand, this is lepidolite. So lepidolite it is very, very beautiful. It has like beautiful purples, light purples. It sometimes can have some dark grays, light grays. It's very flecked. And so like fleckled, speckled type, like flecks. And when you see it in the sunlight, it has a glistening. It's very pretty. Now with the lepidolite on that one, this is a harder type of stone. If you get this wet, keep it very, very minute. If you'd want to wipe it down or something with a wet cloth or something, this is not a stone, again, that you would want to submerge. But it does have it's a lot harder than like the selenite or the kyanite, but you don't want to submerge it for very long. It's still a medium grade, but a little bit of dew, if it was sitting out or something's not going to hurt it. I wouldn't suggest doing it for very long, though. But lepidolite is a very good one. Again, this is one that is extremely good for balancing. If you're one that's extremely up and down, the emotions going up, down, bipolar, stuff like that, that's the stone that you want. It helps with stability. So, it also helps with your heart chakra a lot. And it can also help with your third eye and your crown chakra. So it can help you with dreams. It can help you with precognitive dreams. It can help you with opening your third eye. It also helps with balancing. So it's a very powerful stone. A lot of people, if you get like this one's a little small palm tower, but if you get like the little flat ones, they'll make them. You can literally, like ladies, if you want to tuck it into like your bra, it'll help. It helps keep you where you don't get upset. It can help keep you calm when it's that time of the month, to help keep it where you're not emotional. It helps with like hormonal keeping them more calm and stable. It's a very wonderful stone. I have worked a lot with lepidolite and I love it. And it was a big one that I used on my spiritual path when I started because I needed a lot of that.
That's very neat.
Now, let's see what else we have. Let's see.
Welcome, Kim.
Hi.
Let's see what else she's going to bring out here.
I was looking for the plum tourmaline, if I can find it. Well, this one's jade. That's a jade tower. We got jade towers. They're really gorgeous. They come in a lot. Some like this one's almost a real light green with the white creamy color, and then we got some that have the green and the browns. They're really pretty. That one's a really gorgeous one. Again, jades are wonderful, and they're all abundant stones, but depending on the coloration on the stones, like if you get the green one, that's more like the wealth and the heart chakra. When you get the ones that have more of the white or the browns, those are like the mind and the body earth connection. So if you're trying to connect more with the earth, that's a good one to do that. Let me see.
Well, hopefully y'all learned something, enjoyed the show tonight.
Let's see what else we got. This is that one is lepidolite. You can show them the different variations. That's another lepidolite. Oh.
Leopardite, she says.
Lepidolite. That one is. Where did my pink tourmaline go? I set it somewhere out in the woods. Oh. This one is called the plum to pink tourmaline. So this one is a good protection stone. So it's kind of hard to. You can see with the plum color. Sorry, I gotta get it on the camera. Here we go. It has like pinkish and purples and like some pretty grayish greens colors. Try and get it where you can see it a little bit better. And it is a beautiful stone. So your tourmalines, again, they're a very high vibrational stone and they're very, very much a protection stone. So depending on the color of the stone, again, a lot of times it'll go with the corresponding chakras. Now, again, they can be placed anywhere, but like your pink and plum tourmalines, they're protection. They're good for the heart. They're good for healing and repairing relationships, healing with other people, yourself. Again, there's all these different healing properties. You have stones that help with like pain. You have stones that help with digestive problems, heart problems. They're all different. And so if you guys ever have any specific questions about certain stones or which ones would be good to use, throw it in the chat and ask. We'll be happy to do that and answer and help guide you if that's what you're needing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tonight at 9 p.m. incident at Salt Fork with Curtis and Josh. We got it on audio. Tune in for that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight, and from coast to coast around the world, Godspeed. See you tonight at 10 or 9 Eastern. Bye-bye.
Bye.